For the past 20 years, I've owned at least 3 cars at the same time, and it all began with 3 MR2s. My Widebody MR2, which I've owned from the get-go. I've also had a 3rd gen JSpec MR2, and a stock MR2, which I used for daily driving. From there, it changed into different 3 cars at the same time, such as the 350Z, the MR2, and even a 240. I've had a 370Z, the MR2, and the GTI. And for this episode, we'll get into the 86, the Evo, and of course, the Widebody MR2. A lot of people think that it's excess, that one is enough, but for me, I like 3 because it gives me 3 different flavors. One's a show car, one's for the track, daily driver. The other one is just a new project, where the other ones are older. So that's pretty much what it is. And you can never have enough, and if you're a car guy, you're a tuner, you want to just be creative and express yourself through whatever you have. And I have maybe 3 different personalities based on 3 different cars. So that's why I do what I do with these cars. There's a different feeling. Like when I drive the Evo, it's very comfortable because it's bigger than all 3. It's got like 4 doors, so it's more, and it's all-wheel drive. So you never feel like you're making a mistake when you're driving the Evo. But it still has that flavor, like, don't mess with me, but yet at the same time, you can take more passengers with you. It's very comfortable for long driving too when I go to Vegas. MR2, I never drive that anywhere except for the shows or the meets because it's got too much stuff in it and it's just not very practical at all. It's really, I can't even leave it alone. I can't. It's fun to drive because you know that it's fixed up, and you get that fixed up feeling, and people who see the car know that it's extreme and it's got all these upgrades on it. So, and it's a showstopper obviously because it's got all these things. It's got the cameras and wide body and all that. The FRS now is somewhat of a daily driver, or car that I could drive every day. It's just not as convenient as the Evo because it's 4 doors and it's bigger, but it's still okay to drive every day if I need to. And now that I've put some carbon fiber stuff and the turbo kit in it, I seem to get a lot more attention for that too. So meets would normally be the FRS. Car shows would be the MR2, and daily driving or whatever would be the Evo. This is the MR2, which is really a classic car because I've had this for over a decade now. This is kind of what started everything. Wow, I've so many things that happened with this car. I've really gone extreme, from the wide body to the wheels to the cameras and everything else that I have on this car. So yeah, everything on this is pretty much upgraded, so it's great. It's a classic car, but it's clean. It's a clean car. Everything is extreme. So compared to the FRS, this is an older car. It's a 93, but everything that I've done is pretty much custom work. So it takes a lot more work on this car. to the camera system, to the lights, the wheels, and all that. That's what this car is for. This is more of a classic car, show car, because it's really built for the shows. Everything upgraded is fabricated from scratch. So there's practically nothing here that's stock. So it's a lot of work. It took me 5 years to get this project done.
So tell me about the grand vision.
The grand vision is my intercooler is so big in the front. So the intercooler is so big in the front, so it stands out. Not like the tiny intercoolers that you see or that's hiding. And the intercooler is really a prominent feature of this car because it stands out. It's big, but it fits perfect on the whole. Put enough carbon fiber to enhance the way it looks, give it a sort of, more upgraded or even a meaner look, if you will, but without going crazy. The blue brakes complements the gold, as on the car. So they're all complementing each other. Big, carbon fiber stuff right here. We got the gram lights and the Brembos right there. On one hand, because I don't know if it's just in my head, I don't know if it's as reliable as it was, because now that it has a turbo kit, or it's not like the Evo, which actually comes with a turbo. So I don't know yet. My car hasn't broken down yet, so I don't know. But it feels good because now I get to boost and go faster. So it's kind of like you modify the car to express your taste and your personality, make it faster to get some respect on the road, and just create something that now you can really enjoy, because it doesn't feel like a regular FRS anymore, nor does it look like one. Especially on a FRS, because it's slow from the get-go. So you really want to add that bigger turbo, that power, the extra power that people would like enjoy, and people would respect, and for me enjoy, because there's nothing that feels better than a boost. Once you go turbo, you never go back, because of that feeling of the boost. So this is the turbo kit right here. You can see, the details of the blue. I didn't overdo it. I powder coated the turbo housing and kind of leave everything else blue. Just kind of have that little theme. I didn't want to overdo it by putting too much gold or too much different colors on it. How's that? Good? I've done some upgrades on this car too, a lot of bolt-ons and reflashing and so on, but most likely this is more because I'm able to drive it every day, so I need it to be very reliable, even though people might think that Evo is still pretty excessive for daily driving, but I think it's cool, since I'm a tuner guy and I like cars, that's why everything that I have is based on my personality and how I express myself. So with the Evo, it's the same thing. It's just that it's more for daily driving, as opposed to having a complete show car and having the latest car that is, my new project, my latest project. Like for instance, if I feel like just driving something big, and when I go, like I said, going to Vegas or going to Sacramento or going anywhere far, I like to drive the Evo. That's my main car right there. But all three cars I enjoy, you know. That's why they're called Mr. 3.
Right here, the yellow one,
Yeah.
PhDs, that's the original one. So he went a bit crazy. It took like a long time to do it. I'm sure, I remember him talking about his grand vision, making it wider, just blowing everybody away. I didn't know what he was talking about until I saw the finished product after 3 years. So he's like the leader of the pack. Then came the Evo, which is supposed to be a daily driver, people. It's very fast. It's really quick. In fact, when I drove it, I have to admit I had fun. It was, once I got into the gear, he just went too quick. As fun as FRS. So at first, I would say I wasn't into the carbon fiber. I thought it was too JDM-ish. But I have to say that the way he put it together, it really gives it flavor. And he looks a bit aggressive and maybe mean. It's like, don't mess with me. But then at first it might have just been looks, but then now he's got that gigantic intercooler for the turbo, and it really is don't mess with him. So they're all pretty crazy cars, very different personalities. You couldn't tell that it's one owner, I think. Usually people have cars and it's just one look, one flavor. There is a recurring theme. It is extreme and it's clean. I mean, whenever we take it anywhere down the street to the mall, you have all kinds of people appreciate it, not just kids and tuners, but people who collect classic cars. There's something about each car that they can appreciate.
What's up? Where are we at?
We're in Hollywood, and people are looking at the car. Hard to say. Can't really pick one as far as favorites because they're all like different kids, so you love them all.
So as far as what people would get out of it, just that I have my own style. It has my own flavor to it, which is clean, fresh looking, and not overdone at all. It's good to have all three because then you kind of have a choice of what you want to fix up. With the MR2, I like to go extreme and wild and just add all these things for show. For the FRS, it's all about building something from scratch and making it a track car and adding all these upgrades. And for the Evo, it's really more a daily driver and mild builds, if you will, just mild fix-up stuff. Nothing crazy, but everyone has its flavor, so that's why I like it. So there you have it. A look at Mr. 3 through the 86, the Evo, and the MR2 Widebody. Though cars may come and go, the memories last forever. So until next time, drive safe and keep on rolling.